If Cornyn is part of the deep state, as Trump says, what exactly is the deep state? State within a state concept has morphed from military insiders defending Turkish secularism to anyone opposed to Trump. Washington. Senator John Cornyn earned a spot on Donald Trump's naughty list by saying the GOP should pick someone else for president in 2024. The naughty list has a label, and Trump's campaign applied it, asserting the senior Republican senator from Texas is part of the deep state. That's the purported cabal of FBI agents, Pentagon brass, spymasters and bureaucrats Trump says tried to derail and sabotage his presidency, the boogeyman at the heart of Trump's campaign and of the right-wing QAnon conspiracy theory. Trump has applied the term liberally, though hardly ever against a Republican elected official, and he's put a target on the deep state since launching his White House comeback bid in November. Either the deep state destroys America, or we destroy the deep state, Trump told a March 25 rally in Waco. The thugs and criminals who are corrupting our justice system will be defeated, discredited, and totally disgraced. Cornyn is hardly a faceless bureaucrat, and, historically, the concept of a deceitful state within a state has excluded high-profile elected officials like him. He's been the number 2 Senate Republican and remains a top lieutenant to Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. He won his 4th Senate term in 2020, collecting 73,000 more votes in Texas than Trump did. He campaigned with and for Trump that year. He defended Trump throughout his presidency, though, like many others, he distanced himself from the most offensive tweets and comments, and some policies. He voted to acquit Trump at 2 impeachment trials. Scorecards from the NRA and other groups show impeccable conservative bona fides. Then, the transgression. Last Thursday, Cornyn told the Dallas Morning News that Trump's time has passed. He can't win a general election and the party should find an alternative nominee. Within hours, Trump's campaign spokesman called him part of the deep state rotting through government. Cornyn hasn't responded. It's an accusation Trump himself has faced, incidentally. Trump has worked within the system. Ron Paul, the former Republican presidential candidate and Texas congressman, asserted on CNN in May 2016. He has been part of the deep state that controls the politics. Widespread belief. An ABC/Washington Post poll 3 months after Trump took office showed that roughly half the public believed a shadow government from the Pentagon, spy agencies and other agencies tries to secretly manipulate government policy. In a March 2018 Monmouth poll, 74% of Americans said a deep state definitely or probably exists. An NPR/Ipsos poll in late 2020 found that 39% of Americans believed a deep state had worked to undermine Trump. That includes Senator Ted Cruz who, unlike Cornyn, has echoed Trump's assertions of hidden forces within the government. "I'm here to tell you the deep state is alive and well," Cruz said at the conservative Hudson Institute in September 2019. Its top objective at the time, he said, was to keep Trump from scrapping the disastrous Obama-Iran nuclear deal. Every single day, the deep state at Treasury and State is working to frustrate President Trump's decision. Trump has used the deep state as both punching bag and punchline. During the COVID-19 crisis, he accused the deep state, or whoever, over at the FDA, of slow-walking vaccine and treatment tests until after the 2020 election, putting their desire to hurt his re-election prospects above the lives of millions. Earlier in the pandemic, he teased the nation's chief diplomat, Mike Pompeo, saying he needed to leave a briefing early to get back to the deep state department. This is the 3rd presidential campaign in which Trump has vowed to drain the swamp and root out the nefarious, if possibly mythical, deep state. Among his plans, if re-elected, purge thousands of mid-level career civil servants and replace them with loyalists. The mechanism would be an executive order Trump issued 2 weeks before Election Day 2020 called Schedule F. The order, which Biden blocked, would reclassify as many as 50,000 positions as political appointees on grounds they have some role in making policy. Such appointees serve at the president's will. The change would vastly expand presidential patronage and, with it, control over FDA, EPA, the Education and Homeland Security Departments, USDA, and scores of other regulatory agencies. Trump critics say he tried to engineer his own deep state by planting loyalists throughout the bureaucracy in his final months, under the guise of stopping a coup that doesn't exist. Trump is creating a shadow government without transparency, without democratic norms, without any kind of public process. David Rhodey, author of In Deep, the FBI, the CIA, and the Truth About America's Deep State, told NPR in early 2020. He's creating a deep state of his own. Turkish origin. The term deep state originated in Turkey a century ago. Kemal Atatürk, who became Turkey's first president in 1923, created a secular state to replace the Ottoman Empire. For generations, high-level elements in the military and security services became its guardians, justifying brutal crackdowns on fundamentalists and others who threatened the political order. The term took root in the United States around 2013.